meditation, we could see each other, we would nod to each other, we would bow. And I remember, I'm like, what is he trying to say to us? The next thing I know, there's a twig. And I was drawn to this twig. And I picked it up. And I felt the guru. And I felt the message. And I knew what he was trying to tell us. That God was present in everything. Not just some person that he was talking about, a mystic, a writer, an author. Not him, because he was our mystic and our prophet. But he wanted us to experience God in a very special, intimate way, in that personal relationship with nature and creation. And so I brought back my twig, and the rest of us, there must have been about 12 of us, we all brought back different parts of sticks and stones and shells and some sand and some dirt. And our homework, instruction was to stand up and say, what did this mean to us? And we all had this most profound experience. And it was such a beautiful awakening, expansion of ourselves. And that was the gift that Ron gave to us, whether it was a Sunday homily, whether it was a mentoring session, that it was supposed to be an hour and a half at his home, and we'd have lunch at 12 o'clock. And then by the time Sheila came home from work, we were still there in front of the fireplace having a mentoring session. And it's like, Sheila, I'm sorry, we're still here. Or it was an intimate talk, just you and he at one of our fellowships or Christmas buffets that we would eat. And he had such a presence about him, and he would just look at you so lovingly. And he would do that with my dad. My dad just passed in July, this past July. And I knew that they had such a beautiful bond, the two of them. And there are so many pictures of the two that are looking at each other with this knowing and this loving. And I know Dad and he are having a grand time wherever they are. Yeah. So that was one vignette that's really precious to our Holy Spirit community and to me especially. See the face of God everywhere. God's manifestation is everywhere, all through creation. And as Jean invited us early on at the beginning of Mass, you turn to one another and you see the face of God right there. And so that was one of the earliest lessons that he had taught us. And then one day at homily, it's my second homily, he came in and he got up there and he loved to bring a chair in front of the altar, and he would sit down on the chair to deliver his homily. And it was just, I don't even remember what the readings were, but he sat there and he looked at all of us. And there was this quiet pause. Maybe that was part of the performance, I don't know. But there was this quiet pause about him. And then he pulled out a card. And he said, I just received this card from my daughter Laura. And it was a birthday card. And he read it, the first part of it, and said, which says, I am because you are. He cried. He started crying. And we all cried with him because we knew exactly what that meant. Because each of us, we are because Ron is, because Ron was. And so I give thanks, full of gratitude, a heart full, for having the gift of Ron in my life, in the life of Holy Spirit all these years. And so remember, you are the face of God. Look for your guru next time you're walking along the beach. And know that you are, because Ron was.
Would anyone else like to share a quality of Ron's or a vignette?